Good evening, this is V, and I've just finished reading a book called The Dark Half by Stephen King. So I actually picked up this book because I recently recommended a different Stephen King book called Needful Things to my sister, and when she was reading it, she told me that it sounded like some of the events it referenced might actually have come from a previous novel, and when she looked it up, she discovered that the previous novel was this book, and I decided to give it a try. So the premise of this story is that there is an author called Thad Beaumont. So he wrote some books under his own name and then a whole series of wildly popular crime novels under the pseudonym George Stark. Only now there is a journalist threatening to reveal the truth of who Stark really is, and Thad decides that he's going to go ahead and do it himself, both to take away the leverage of the journalist and because he kind of wants to go back to just writing books under his own name. Unfortunately, this revelation sparks a whole series of really brutal murders where it seems as though his pen name has actually come to life and is taking revenge on all the people that it considers responsible for its quote-unquote death, including Thad himself. So I think the idea of a pen name like taking objections to being gotten rid of and coming to life to try and do something about it was kind of interesting, but on the whole, the story was not very complicated. I think I can't help comparing it to Needful Things since that was kind of why I came to this story in the first place. So it's nowhere near as complex. Like it's a pretty straightforward serial killer type thing where Thad and like the police character introduces and stuff are trying to do something about this semi-supernatural killer. And it's more of a, blood, gore, and violence kind of horror story as opposed to a creepy, mysterious kind of horror story. Like, I prefer the latter myself. So, on the whole, the idea was kind of interesting, but between the two, I thought Needful Things was significantly better.